Did you know that a typical lawn can guzzle up more water than a family uses inside their home? It's true. In fact, the average American lawn requires thousands of gallons of water every year just to stay green and lush. That's more than most people realize, and it adds up quickly, especially during the hot summer months when water is already in high demand. Traditional landscaping, with its endless stretches of manicured grass and thirsty flower beds, often requires a surprising amount of water, putting a strain on our precious resources. Many homeowners don't realize that keeping up appearances in the neighborhood can come at a significant environmental cost. Every time you turn on the sprinklers, you're not just watering your lawn, you're also contributing to a much larger issue. In many parts of the country, water is becoming increasingly scarce. Droughts are more frequent and severe, and climate change is making it harder for communities to keep up with demand. As reservoirs shrink and restrictions become more common, the way we care for our lawns and gardens has a direct impact on the environment and our local water supply. Cities and towns across the nation are enacting stricter watering schedules and even issuing fines for overuse. It's a wake-up call for all of us to rethink our outdoor spaces and consider how our choices affect the bigger picture. That's why it's more important than ever to find ways to garden more sustainably. Simple changes, like installing drip irrigation systems, mulching your flower beds, or collecting rainwater, can make a huge difference. These practices not only conserve water but also help your plants thrive by delivering moisture right where it's needed most. Sustainable gardening isn't just about saving water, it's about creating a healthier, more resilient landscape that can withstand the challenges of a changing climate. By working with nature instead of against it, you can reduce maintenance, lower your water bills, and support local wildlife. By making smart choices about our plants and gardening practices, we can drastically reduce our water usage and help protect the environment. Choosing native and drought-tolerant plants means your garden will need less water, fewer chemicals, and less effort to look its best. These plants are adapted to your local climate, so they're naturally more resilient and easier to care for. Don't worry though. Water-wise gardening doesn't mean sacrificing beauty or abundance in your landscape. In fact, many drought-tolerant plants offer stunning colors, unique textures, and year-round interest. With a little creativity, you can design a garden that's both eye-catching and eco-friendly. Imagine a yard that attracts pollinators, provides shade, and bursts with color, without the constant need for watering or mowing. Water-wise gardens can be a haven for both people and wildlife, creating a space you'll love to spend time in. In fact, with the right approach, you can create a stunning and vibrant garden that thrives in dry conditions. Let's explore how you can transform your outdoor space into a beautiful, sustainable oasis. One that saves water, supports the environment, and looks amazing all year long. Water is a precious resource, essential for life itself. As our climate changes and we face more frequent droughts, it's crucial to conserve water wherever we can. Our gardens offer a fantastic opportunity to make a real difference. By embracing water-wise gardening techniques, we can reduce our reliance on this vital resource. This helps ensure that enough water is available for our communities, our environment, and future generations. Plus, when you garden with water conservation in mind, you often find yourself using fewer pesticides and fertilizers. This leads to a healthier environment for everyone. Drought-tolerant landscaping simply means choosing plants that are naturally adapted to thrive in drier conditions. These tough plants have developed amazing strategies to survive and even flourish with less water. They might have deep roots to tap into moisture deep down, waxy leaves to prevent water loss, or other clever adaptations. The benefits of drought-tolerant landscaping are numerous. You'll save water and money on your water bill. These plants are low maintenance, requiring less watering, fertilizing, and overall care. Plus, they attract beneficial insects and pollinators, adding life and vibrancy to your garden. Selecting the right plants is absolutely crucial for creating a successful drought-tolerant garden, especially as climate patterns shift and water becomes an increasingly precious resource. The plants you choose will determine not only how your garden looks, but also how well it can withstand long periods without rain or supplemental watering. By making thoughtful choices now, you can set yourself up for a thriving, resilient landscape that will continue to flourish even during the toughest dry spells. One of the best strategies is to look for plants that are native to your region or have a proven track record of thriving in dry, arid conditions. Native plants are naturally adapted to your local climate, soil, and rainfall patterns, which means they require less water and maintenance once established. These plants have evolved to survive with minimal resources, making them ideal for drought-tolerant gardens. In addition to natives, consider well-known drought-resistant species from similar climates around the world, as they often bring unique beauty and resilience to your landscape. Your local nursery or garden center can be a fantastic resource for finding suitable options. The staff are often knowledgeable about which plants perform best in your area, and they can help you select varieties that will thrive in your specific garden conditions. Don't hesitate to ask questions or seek advice. Many nurseries even have dedicated sections for drought-tolerant or water-wise plants, making it easier to find what you need. You might also discover new favorites you hadn't considered before. When choosing plants, it's important to consider their mature size and growth habit to ensure they'll fit comfortably in your garden space. Think about how tall and wide each plant will get, and plan accordingly so that your garden doesn't become overcrowded as the plants mature. This not only helps maintain a tidy appearance but also ensures that each plant has enough room to access sunlight, air, and water. Proper spacing can also reduce competition for resources and minimize the risk of disease. Don't be afraid to mix and match different colors, textures, and heights to create visual interest and a dynamic, layered look. Combining plants with contrasting foliage, flower shapes, and growth habits can make your garden more visually appealing and help mimic the diversity found in natural landscapes. Try grouping plants with similar water needs together and experiment with bold color combinations or subtle soothing palettes. The possibilities are endless, and a well-designed drought-tolerant garden can be just as lush and beautiful as any traditional garden. Some popular drought-tolerant plants include lavender, yarrow, and sedum. These plants are not only tough and resilient, but they also offer beautiful blooms and attract pollinators like bees and butterflies to your garden. Lavender is prized for its fragrant purple flowers and silvery foliage, while yarrow produces clusters of bright, long-lasting blooms in a range of colors. Sedum, also known as stonecrop, is a succulent that thrives in poor soil and hot, dry conditions, making it a versatile choice for any drought-tolerant garden. Another excellent option is Russian sage, known for its airy spikes of lavender-blue flowers and its remarkable ability to handle dry spells with ease. Its aromatic foliage and long blooming season make it a standout in any water-wise landscape. By carefully selecting a diverse mix of tough, drought-tolerant plants, you can create a garden that's not only beautiful and vibrant, but also sustainable and easy to care for, no matter what the weather brings. Before you start planting, take some time to plan your garden layout. A well-thought-out plan is the foundation of a thriving, low-maintenance garden. Think of your garden as a living puzzle, where each piece has its own needs and preferences. By mapping out your space, you can make the most of every square foot, ensuring your plants have the best chance to flourish. Sketch out your ideas, consider the shapes and flow of your beds, and imagine how you'll move through the space. This is your opportunity to get creative and design a garden that's both beautiful and practical. Consider the amount of sunlight different areas receive throughout the day. Sunlight is one of the most important factors in plant health, and it can vary dramatically from one spot to another, even in a small yard. Spend a day observing how the sun moves across your garden. Notice which areas get full sun, which are shaded, and which spots are dappled with light. Take notes or even snap photos at different times. This information will help you decide where to place sun-loving plants, and where to tuck in those that prefer a bit of shade. It's a good idea to group plants with similar water needs together. This technique, called hydrozoning, makes your garden much easier to care for. When you cluster plants that have the same thirst level, you can water them more efficiently and avoid wasting precious resources. For example, keep your most drought-tolerant plants in one area and your thirstier plants in another. This way, you won't accidentally overwater some plants while underwatering others. This makes watering more efficient and helps prevent overwatering or underwatering, which honestly can be a real headache. Efficient watering not only saves you time and effort, but it also helps your plants stay healthy and resilient. Consider installing drip irrigation or soaker hoses in your hydrozones to deliver water right where it's needed, minimizing waste and keeping your garden thriving even during dry spells. Think about creating microclimates within your garden. Microclimates are small areas where the conditions, like temperature, sunlight, and moisture, differ from the rest of the garden. You can create these by using taller plants or structures to provide shade, planting windbreaks, or using walls and fences to trap warmth. These little pockets of unique conditions allow you to grow a wider variety of plants, and they can help protect sensitive species from harsh weather. For example, you might plant a shade-loving, drought-tolerant ground cover under a large tree. This not only makes use of a tricky spot where grass might struggle, but it also helps keep the soil cool and moist. Ground covers can act as living mulch, reducing evaporation and suppressing weeds, which means less work for you in the long run. This can create a cool, moist environment that helps conserve water. By layering your plants and choosing the right species for each spot, you're building a garden that works with nature, not against it. These thoughtful choices add up to a landscape that's not only beautiful but also sustainable and easier to maintain. And hey, don't forget to incorporate pathways and seating areas so you can actually enjoy your beautiful and water-wise garden. Paths invite you to explore, while a cozy bench or chair gives you a place to relax and take in the view. By planning your layout with both plants and people in mind, you'll create a space that's welcoming, functional, and a joy to spend time in, no matter the season. Healthy soil is the foundation of any successful garden, especially a drought-tolerant one. Before planting, it's a good idea to amend your soil with organic matter like compost or aged manure. This improves drainage, helps the soil retain moisture, and provides essential nutrients for your plants. When planting, dig holes just a little larger than the root ball of your plants. This allows the roots to spread out easily and establish themselves quickly. Mulching around your plants with organic materials like wood chips or bark helps suppress weeds, moderate soil temperatures, and conserve even more moisture. While drought-tolerant plants are designed to handle dry conditions, they still need regular watering, especially when first getting established. The key is to water deeply and less frequently. This encourages deep root growth, making your plants more resilient during dry spells. Water early in the morning or late in the evening to minimize evaporation. Using a soaker hose or drip irrigation system can help deliver water directly to the roots, where it's needed most. As your plants mature, you'll be able to water less often, eventually relying primarily on rainfall. One of the best things about drought-tolerant gardens is their low-maintenance nature. Once established, these tough plants require minimal care. Deadheading spent blooms can encourage more flowers. Dividing overcrowded plants every few years helps maintain their health and vigor. Keep an eye out for any signs of pests or diseases, and address them promptly if they arise. Remember, a little care goes a long way in ensuring your drought-tolerant garden thrives for years to come. Enjoy the beauty and sustainability you've created. Creating a beautiful and water-wise garden is easier than you might think. By choosing the right plants, preparing your soil properly, and watering wisely, you can create a thriving landscape that conserves water and benefits the environment. Remember to start small, experiment with different plants, and don't be afraid to ask for help from your local nursery or gardening experts. Join me next time for more tips on sustainable gardening practices. Subscribe to our channel and visit our website for more helpful advice and inspiration. Happy gardening!